Well, hello again. Yes, it's me. Has it been 2 weeks since I did one? I think it's about 2 weeks. Anyway, I am still on the PM versus CM trail. And this question comes from my PMI Finland gig, which was asked by Timi Neuvonen, who is a program manager at the Government ICT Centre Valtori, Espoo, Uusimaa in Finland. I hope I pronounced that correct. Oh dear. The question was, the way the change management is presented, I'm assuming that it was the way I presented it during the presentation I did, sounds like the work of business owners in many companies, measuring the benefits change after the project is delivered. PM is clearly a separate role, but is CM? Is CM integrated into other roles more often? Okay, interesting question, or should I say interesting questions, because there's a few questions in one there. My answer would be that when you say measuring the benefits of change after the project is delivered, that is not all we change managers do. That is just a very small part where we are involved in post go live. But what we always do is hand over those activities to the business after a period of anything up to about 3 months. So yes, the business does take ownership, but who in the business takes ownership? Because I didn't exactly know what you meant by business owner, Timmy, I searched Google to seek a definition, as I do, but got a mix of hits between that of business owner and product owner. As an example, the definitions of business owner were all related to an individual who directs the business and controls its day-to-day processes. In spite of the company's size, the owner has the ultimate control on its company and therefore decides whether to delegate or not certain key executive functions on qualified professionals. I also checked out product owner, but the majority of stuff I got back was in relation to Scrum and Agile, so I decided to give that one a miss because I've got quite a few videos about Scrum and Agile and Scrum Masters, etc. already on my YouTube channel. So given the above and given all of the kind of different interpretations there could be in terms of the role, I'm going to answer the question in the context of someone who manages a significant part of the business. As an example, head of finance, HR manager, operations manager, production manager, marketing manager, you name it, that's where I'm going to come from. Okay, I think these are the levels that seem to be appropriate when you, Timmy, says sounds like the work of business owners in many companies. I think those are the business owners. So hopefully that's sorted. Is it? Yeah, okay. Moving on to another part of the question, which was PM is clearly a separate role, but is CM. Just as a reminder, I do say the following during my PM versus CM presentation. A CM and a PM model of working in partnership is the way forward. A PM with a responsibility for change management, or conversely, a CM with a responsibility for project management, I think just puts too much pressure on an individual, and they may not necessarily have the right experience and skill set to manage both elements. But of course, it depends on things like project size, project impact, how many people, and budget, how much, to name but a few. Some while ago, CIO also said, while project managers maintain complete focus on the overall project objectives with the goal of ensuring stakeholder value, change managers should not only attend project meetings, but also be an integral part of the project team. Not really quite sure about that, but let's carry on. Collaboration provides a holistic approach and ensures the impact on people can be sufficiently addressed, and also creates a smooth transition in terms of processes and acceptance during and long after the project is complete. Overall, organisations should encourage change management and project management professionals to work closely together to ensure project efforts and change are sufficiently addressed to reduce the impact on people. So myself and CIO kind of agree. Well, I like to think we do anyway. So what's the next part of the question? Is CM integrated into other roles more often? Certainly. In my experience, no, it hasn't been, because my role has always been that of a change manager working with a project manager. So that is all I know, I'm afraid. Although, kind of just thinking about it logically, change management is always a full-time role, and to try and integrate it with another role would be counterproductive, for example with project management. But as mentioned previously, there are many dependencies. I do have knowledge of instances where change management has been integrated with communication management, as an example, and also sometimes with human resources, HR roles, because on the face of it, there seems to be a logical fit. Well, there is with communication, but I'm going to say not necessarily with HR. Why do I say that? Whilst they have the right title, that is, to do with people, HR, for me, has always been more transactional than strategic. So as a consequence, I don't think that they have the right sort of background for change management. My opinion, of course, only my opinion. So you can agree with me and disagree with me. Just to describe the difference, transactional is the delivery of effective and efficient HR processes, products and services. Strategic, managing workforce development and leading and facilitating change. Very simple definitions of the two. HR becoming more strategic, that debate has been one of those that has been going on for many years, like other debates as well. One quick anecdote here. I've trained only one person who was in the HR field, and they were the one and only person that gave me negative feedback. Now, I was prepared to publish that on LinkedIn, but the individual who I trained didn't allow me to do so. So I'm not quite sure what message that gives to me. All my other feedback has been positive, by the way. During my many years of as a change manager, I've had occasions to work with a number of HR departments, as you can appreciate, in organisations. And if I were to be brutally honest, my experience has not been that good. And it seems I am not alone. A few years ago, in a paper published, can't remember when it was, called HR Competencies for Success, a gentleman called Graham White, HRD, Brighton and Sussex University Hospitals, says HR in most UK companies is far from a change champion and is more likely to be seen as the corporate anchor to designed to absorb and neutralise initiatives with the now famous riposte, the policy says no. A damning indictment, that is, I'm afraid. I can already hear the complaints from HR people coming in. But yeah, complain. Give me your view. Give me your version of events. I'm happy to hear them. Prosci also once said HR is the catalyst needed to introduce and implement change management at its most effective stage, the very beginning. It is important that HR understands change management and the ways to effectively utilise their resources. That's an interesting statement. It's not one that I agree with, I'm afraid, but hey, again, that's me. You know, I will agree or disagree with whatever. Anyway, enough about HR. For those of you that know me well, you will also will also know I've had several different favourite phrases that I use on occasions. Okay, in this instance, I'm going to go with the following one: horses for courses. In other words, organisations should do what they feel comfortable with, and if that means integration or separate roles, then so be it. That's it again. Thank you for your patience in listening to my ramblings and musings. Okay, more questions are in the pipeline, so I'm going to try and answer a question kind of every 2 weeks or so. Well, that's the plan, but you never know, I might get busy. Okay, just one final thing though, just one final thing. Do I always answer the question that's put to me? Now, the reason I'm asking that is sometimes when I listen to back to what I've actually said, I sound like a bit of a politician. You know what I mean, never giving a direct answer or going off at a tangent. Let me know if I answer your questions. Yeah, have a listen to some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. Anyway, that's it again. Thank you very much. I will see you again next time.